Here we go. I'm going to highlight backward walking, and I'll be doing it as I'm talking to you. So get ready, clear a pathway. You can do this barefooted or with your shoes on. I'm going to do it barefooted. You're going to see when I turn around and I walk, I'm going to walk forward here, and you're going to see, if you look, I have one leg shorter than the other. So I have to put a lift in one of my shoes so that, in fact, it brings the hip up. So this is the hip that's lower. So this is my hip replacement side. This is my knee replacement side. So as I face you, and I don't know how far up I go that you can see my feet. Anyway, here's the key to backward walking. And I'm going to warm up by backward walking. And why would I do that? Because if you're going to do backward walking, you have to go slower. That's one of the reasons I'm doing backward walking. Because, see, I'm going to get here and I'm going to turn around. So I'm going to do backward walking forward and back. And you can see as I'm doing this that one hip is visibly lower than the other one. Okay, so I'm going to come to about there, and then I'm going to turn, and I've got a bar because I'm not by a wall or a counter. The best way to do this, and I'm thinking specifically about Marilyn because I visited her, I'm going to tell her about this particular recording, because when I visited her, I saw that she had a nice long bar. So the key to backward walking, as I was saying, is you have to take the time to put your toe first. The reason people catch and fall when they're doing backward walking, I don't care how fast or slow you are, you've got to put that toe down and then roll into the heel. And if you start going too fast, you don't do that and you catch your heel and you will fall. But if you're doing this and you're holding on to, you can even do backward walking if you put your treadmill on the flat level. Don't have any incline. Not to begin with, anyway. So see, I've gone to so I've been now taking different passes, and here's what you'll notice. And if you do this in your kitchen, you don't do it fast. Okay? Go slow. You can speed up later, but I'm giving you the nuances, and I have my little pole here. Just, no, I don't need it, but soften your knees, and you put that toe down first, and then roll into your heel. Okay? If you put your toe down first, make sure it's not ducking out, like some people might do that. So you want to keep that toe. So, and you'll get off. See, I started to press into my pole. Then you can bring it up, do it by a wall, do it by a counter, a porch railing. If it's a flat deck, perfect. Now, I'm just going to do, and have you seen, see, I'm going to do 1, 2, and I'm going to turn around. I'm going to do 1, 2. So you can do this if you're a little reticent about going like down the road and backward walking, and you want to just do it so it's controlled in your kitchen, in your, if you have a deck railing, that's perfect. See, I'm turning. So not only do I get the benefit of turning, which is a vestibular function, which we avoid. Right, we avoid it because you're like, oh, I get dizzy. Yeah, you do. So see, I'm just doing 1, 2 now, and then I'm turning. So if you do a series of just stepping back 1 or 2 steps, you're holding onto a rod, you're holding onto a railing. But if you did this on a treadmill and you were holding on, again, extremely slow. Yeah, like the lowest, so that you can actually place your foot. The benefits of backward walking. Oh my goodness, there's a reason why Muhammad Ali incorporated backward walking or running. He actually did it on his runs. Because it changes your brain. It totally orients you to have better balance and to have more. You'll do forward walking and forward things faster and on better balance if you will incorporate backward walking. Now I'm going to do some backward walking. We're going to keep going now because I've done this, enough. I'm going to go step wide. I've got my bar here, and I'm going to get down on the floor today because there is one move that's a really important move for core, and we've done it in here before. Okay, see how I'm going to a toe tap? Then I'm going to go to a heel tap. So not just toe, toe, toe. Heel, heel, heel. Your shoulders are dropped. And you can have actually a vest on this whole time. You could have a weighted vest on, which would be 2 thumbs up as far as I am concerned. Now I'm going to go toe. Now I'm going to go toe. Okay, toe, 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 heel, heel, heel. Give your ankle, your foot, your legs, your back a chance to function better by going through some of these simple moves. And when you're doing backward walking, really keep your posture in mind. I'm going to put my pole down there. I'm going to take my hands, see the heel of my hand? I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to push my hips, my hip bones forward, okay? So I'm going to push forward. So one of the best things you can do in the morning is, after you've done some backward walking, drop your shoulders. I think, let's see here. Okay, it's good. And push your hips forward. That's one of the best things you can do to walk straighter. And do it multiple times through the day. Why do I say this? Is because if you constantly do forward walking and you never, put your back in a hyperextension, these hips get so tight, your back gets tight, it starts drawing you this way. So multiple times you have to work at this. You just do. Just wherever you're standing, drop your shoulders, drop your chin. Soften your knees and push your hips forward. You can do all of this with a weighted vest with not a problem, okay? And you hang out here for just a few seconds. Don't just go into it and push it as hard as you can and then come out of it. Really, if you're going to do this, take 30 seconds. Up to a minute. You can come out of it, take a breath, drop your shoulders, breath through the nose, hips go forward, and knees are softened. Okay? And you will just take a few seconds, up to a minute, and do 1, 2, or 3 of a hyperextension. That's one of the best things you can do. Now, I'm going to start with, before I pick up my weights, because I am going to lift my weights with some of these the 5 most important things you can do to strength train, and then the 2 for your core. You know what they are? It's not setups. It's not setups. I'm going to use this bench. You're going to use your chair. This is my chair, okay? Or a counter, or a wall. Let's say you can't get down into a chair position for this next one. These are called mountain climbers. See this? This is where you go if it's very difficult. If you have problems with your back and stuff like that, then I want you to just go against a wall, drop your shoulders, bring your knee up. Do not round your back. You're coming up and back. Up and back. Take a breath. And I will do dorsiflexion, and I might do plantar flexion. The dorsiflexion will be harder, so against a wall is perfectly acceptable. Keep your elbows rolled in, don't flare them, and just keep your tummy tight. Bring that toe up, and it will stop you from going too far. If you'll dorsiflex your foot, you don't want to round your back on this, okay? Breathing in through the nose, and I'm going to do, it's a 1 and count, like that. That's Ruby. Ruby's snoring over there. She could care less about any of this. Take a breath, drop your elbows, stay with me. See, I'm going on the least challenging position for a mountain climber. The most challenging position, of course, is on the floor. And I will show you that. I'm doing the multiple repetitions against the wall. And for lots of us who have joints replaced, we have significant back issues, you keep your tummy tight because you do not want to round your back here. You bring your knee up as far as you feel you can. See, if you can only go this far, that's perfectly fine. But this type of a move, number one, is putting gentle stress on your arms and shoulders, your thoracic vertebrae, your mid vertebrae, your cervical vertebrae because you're into this position. And then as you go on down, it's positive pressure on your lumbar because you're keeping your tummy tight. You're not letting yourself round. And if you have a weight vest and you're doing this, and you do this 2 sets of 8 or 10 is where we'll start. I'm telling you, you have a weight vest on this, keep your elbows pulled in, breathing through your nose. Bring your knee up as far as you feel you can. When you put your foot down, what is the position of your foot? Some of you are putting your foot down and it's out. So you want to keep your toes pretty forward. Breath. Keep your chin tucked, keep your elbows in. Tight tummy, that keeps you from rounding your back. Breath, breath, breath. So I'm counting at 1 and, just so you know, Kathleen. And I'm going into the second set, just so you know, too. She's going to stop me here in a minute, I know. I'm trying to get about 2 sets of about 8 or 10. That's what I'm working at.
That's the 4th set.
Oh, see, I don't believe you. But anyway, this is the least challenging. Listen, if you would do that one thing, it would help your core more than 100 setups because it's using the core muscles the way it's meant to be used, through movement. You're not just holding a plank. Plank holds have their place, but I'm trying to give you the optimal work for core. Not only here, but what it's doing up here. And if you're pressing against a wall, that's the first way. Second way would be against your chair. Now, you don't want your chair to slide. That's very important. Okay, so put your chair, this is up against the wall. It's not going to slide. So if you can come here, and if you have a weight vest on, double thumbs up for you. If it bothers your hands to put your hands down like this, then just put a fist. So I'm going to put a fist. I'm going to come out. I'm going to lift and lift. See that? So I'm engaging my core like a plank, but then I'm going to keep my chin tucked, my tummy tight, and I'm going to bring that knee in. So this is typically called a mountain climber. Okay? See how I'm flexing my toes? I come up and I keep my shoulders down. So they're in my back, so to speak. Breath, breath, breath. Keep your chin tucked. Keep your elbows soft. Yeah, they're straight. They're just not locked. See, the pressure that I want your shoulders to feel happens when you keep your elbows just a little bit soft. Keep bringing that knee in. Keep bringing that knee in. So I'm doing at least one set of 10 or 12 on the next challenging surface. See that? So I'm going to step in. I come right here and I come up. Now because we might run close to time when I go through the next 5. The next one here is included in the 2 core moves that are absolutely imperative if you want to keep your core strong. So I'm going to use my chair. I'm going to come down. I can do all of this with my weight vest on. See this? So I did wall, mountain climbers, and I did bench or chair level mountain climbers. Now I'm on the floor, okay? Master this move. So I'm going to pair that with the next move, but I'm going to show you the 3rd challenging level for mountain climber. So I'm right here, and again, if you have tender wrists, okay, and if you have arthritis and stuff, you might, you do a fist like that. Okay, that's perfectly fine. Okay, so I'm right here. I'm going to take one leg back and bring it in. This is the first move on the 3rd challenging position, right here. Get this move correctly before you go into the real mountain climber move from the floor. You have to engage your core, just like you're going to do a plank. See, like this, just like you're going to do a plank. Okay, but I'm taking you one at a time. So if you can get down on your hands and knees, you can do this modified version of the floor mountain climber. Does that make sense? See how I'm working my toes? I'm keeping my tummy tight. I'm not rounding it. I'm not letting it go down or up my back. Okay, so now I'm going to go into the regular mountain climb. Okay, are you ready? So I go here, put my toes in, dig my toes in, and I'm going to come up like this, and I come here, tap, breath, breath. So I'm engaging and using my core muscles in a moving manner while I am, it's kind of like doing a walking motion. Now, the way we used to do them in gym class, some of you have done this before, you do it quick, and I'm not telling you to do it, I'm just telling you I'm doing a modified version of a floor mountain climber by doing it like this, okay? But if you want to do it quick, it's like this. And you can come way in and way out, or not. See? Breath, 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 breath. 2 more. Stay with me. 1 more. And come down. The mountain climber. I don't care if you do it on the wall, from a bench or a chair, or on the floor. But that's one of the best ways to strengthen your core. Okay, second way is the dead bug. And I've done these before with you. So if you can get down on the bed and the floor, do. If you can't, it's no big deal. You can actually sit in the chair and do a lot of these moves. okay? I just want you to understand, the best way to train your core is keeping your tummy tight with movement, okay? So here we go. I'm gonna come to the side and I'm gonna roll into the floor, just like this. I'm gonna bring my knee up and my knee up. We've done this many times in my class, okay? Point flex, point flex, point flex. You can do your arms the same way. And you're right up here like a dead bug. And some of you might say, who haven't really looked at a big bug when they're dead, they kind of are like this. They're on their back and their feet are up. Okay? Here we start. I'm going to take one leg and do a heel tap. See that? I'm going to take the other leg and do a heel tap. You're going to notice, you have your hands up here, palms facing. As you come down right here, when you go to heel tap, man, do you have to use your tummy muscles, okay? Point flex, here we go, hold it right above the floor. You can tap, but then hold it right above the floor. Keep your tummy, your belly button tight, okay? That's gonna keep your spine in neutral while you work. The core in the front, the core encompasses front, side, and back of your, from under your arms to your hip. That's your core. Okay, so I'm gonna go heel tap. See that? Heel tap. So as I come toward the floor, I'm gonna slow it down. I'm gonna really tighten here. Okay, and then bring it back. Breath. Here we go. Breath. Little breath, see, tap. Don't let your back go. Don't let your back go. Bring it back. And if you can't, if it's very difficult for you to take your heel all the way to the floor, then stop right here and bring it back. I just want you to start somewhere. And like I said, you can do this sitting in a chair. If you keep your back under control, don't let it round, especially. Breath. See, I'm coming all the way to the floor. You can tap it or just hover and then come back. Breath. Now I'm going to start adding a hand motion, an arm motion, I should say arm. So here I come down. I'm going to take the opposite hand and go over my head. Okay, so I got to keep my tummy tight. Then I come back. So we're doing, in essence, the opposite of the quadruped or the bird dog when we're on the supine. We're doing this supine, and then we do the dead bug, we do the bird dog in a prone position. So I'm going to come back, reach over my head, come back, keep the knees bent, breath, 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 reach, and tap. Big breath, and I'm going to go reach over my head alternately. So if one leg is going down, the opposite arm is going above your head. Breath, okay, tight tummy. Here we go. Breath, hold it, and you don't have to outstretch your leg. You can keep it bent. That's perfectly fine. And then come back. Breath. You should be feeling quite a contraction, not only in your stomach, all down into the abdominals. Breath, just one more. Stay with me, stay with me. Breath, breath, breath. Keep that leg bent. Hold, 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 hold. Come back. Breath, all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. Hold, 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 hold. Don't let that back come up. Don't do it. And then come back. Breath. Now you can take a big moment to take and stretch your legs. Take one leg and stretch it up there and try to just stretch it up there. And if that's hard for you to do, at this angle with your hip, then go down just a little bit and keep the knee bent and then straighten it. And then do the other leg, straighten it, and then bring it in and straighten one, then straighten the other. Little by little, you'll bring it in so that you can be at a 90 degree with your hip. That's what I'm trying to get you to do. And you might not be there, but that's okay. Just keep working at it, okay? So from here, I'm just going to recover. I'm going to do 1 or 2 little recovery moves. My hands are on the outsides. I'm going to roll to the side. And if that is difficult for you to do with your feet up like this, then put your feet down. I don't care which way you do it. You do not have to make it super challenging because this is a recovery move. I call this the wave. A lot of people call this the wave. Okay, and this really helps a very painful lower back. Generally, you may have something else going on and it doesn't really help you, but most people get great relief from just doing this kind of a move. So now I'm going to roll to the side, up onto my elbow, okay? And I'm going to come up, and if I was doing a complete work down on the floor today, I would go into the bird dog. You don't have to, but this right here not only helps your balance, your brain work, but your gluteal and your back like nothing else, okay? And I'm just putting this one in extra. I'm putting this one in for free. The 2 that I want you to hone in on is the mountain climber move that I did. I showed you 3 position, and then I showed you the dead bug, and then how I work the dead bug. Okay, so I'm going to dig my toes in. See this? I can get up from using the chair. That's fine. I'm just going to get up this way. Okay? And then I'm going to come up. Because in fact, this gets me prepared for the next move that I'm going to do. That's 1 of 5 moves that you need to hone in on if in fact you want to keep strong. And you can do this lifting a weight with a vest weight or a backpack, whatever is comfortable for you. I'm putting these on because I'm going to work with rocks. Okay, so the very first one that I'm going to do is I'm going to get one of the heavier rocks, and it's this one. It's still dropping sand out. I'll have to wash it one of these days. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to get in place in front of my little chair. For me, it's a bench, but here is my goblet. This is a goblet squat, or it's a sit to stand. Okay, so I can call it a goblet squat, and you may go, what is that? And then I'll say, a sit to stand. So you can come and actually sit or not. You can step out and not use the bench, or you can use the bench, however you want to. But I'm going to go wide. My feet are out just a bit. My back is very extended. Take a big breath. You're going to come down, and you're going to press, and you're going to press. Now, first, I have lots of people in my class that I know have issues with shoulders and backs. And you avoid anything that requires you to go up over your head. However, if we're training for better function, at some point, you got to try to push over the head. If you have clearance for that. You may have a problem that you can't. But I'm going to go down as far as I can. See how I'm dropping my hips? And then I'm going to come here. And I'm going to come to my forehead with my elbows in. And then down, and then down into the goblet squat. So how would you use this for your weight? You simply get a big weight, whatever's big for you. Generally, I would like for you to pick up an 8 or a 9. or a tin, and you hold it between your fingers like this, or a kettlebell. You're hanging on, you're coming up, and you go to your forehead, and you come down, and you come up to your forehead. You don't go higher. You know, you may not go higher till much later. That's okay. Breath, right there. So I have a tricky shoulder as well. That's the one that the car hit when I was involved in a crash last summer. Breath. So I'm trying to get that stronger. So I have to do it carefully. Breath. See, I'm coming down much quicker than I come up. And when I come up, I want to keep my knees tracking over my toes. So that means don't let your knees come in. Very important. Drop your shoulders. So I'm going to go down, then I'm coming up quick, and I just go to my forehead at least. Down, and then I come up. I'm going to come down slower. I'm going to hang out down here. And I'm going to come in. Take a breath. Back, down. Then I'm going to come up. Breath. And you notice when I'm down here, keep my knees tracking over my toes. Keep my shoulders down. Bring it up. And I'm just pushing a little bit above my head. Breath. Back down. Here we go. Right there. Breath. And back down. Breath. And yes, I'm going to get to where I can do at least two sets of anywhere from 8 to 12. Okay, we'll just say that. Okay, I won't push it to 3. Right now, I'm going to say, try to get 2 sets of 6, 2 sets of 8, 2 sets of 12. And that will be really a good work. If you can do that. Breath. Keep your elbows in. Breath. Keep your chin tucked. Right there. Down. Don't round your back. Just pretend that you're picking your luggage up and you're putting it in the overhead bin. Okay? This is very functional. Breath. Come back down. Just 3 more. Breath. Kathy's going to tell me I've already done enough. Breath. Here we go. Okay, 1 more. Breath. Now don't put your weight down yet. Don't do it. Now we're only going to go halfway. Right there. See that? So I'm in my heels. I'm just staying halfway. So this is just a little halfway goblet. Breath. And I'm just bringing it right here. And you'll notice that by going from the full press to a half goblet, I'm able to work my arms and my grip. So I'm just going to bring it right here to the chest, back down. See, I'm just doing half. Back down, breath, breath, breath. Hang on. Take a breath. So what did I say? 2 sets. Let's shoot for 2 sets of 8. I think we're into the 2nd set. Breath. Keep your chin tuck. Keep your chin tuck. Okay, let's say 4 more. Breath. Breath. 2 more. Breath. 1 more. Breath. Okay, bring your feet in. Okay? So this is going to be different. This is going to be right here and right up. So you're not really pushing your butt out. So this is that second type of squat. that I've done with you. I don't want to confuse you by throwing out a bunch of names, but you come down and you're pushing into your toes just a little more, because I don't want a pronounced pushing out of my hip. And why is that? Because right now I'm trying to make the back muscles, my back extensors, really work. Now, I can hang on to the weight right here and push it right into my chest. So when I go into this mode, that little change is going to give me a lot more to work against. And you see, it's kind of like a curtsy, if that helps you. Drop your shoulders, take a breath through your nose. You come into a curtsy, minus putting that leg back, which we could do that too, but I digress. Shoulders down, breathe through the nose. You come down and you're doing just a little curtsy. And then you're pulling back, squeezing the gluteals. Yes! Here we go. So, right in your chest should be whatever weight you want to pick up. But if it's a 6, an 8, or a 10, that's what I'm going for. And if you have a weight vest on while you're doing this, double thumbs up. Breath, breath, breath. So don't really push your butt out. Just drop down and then come back into a stand-up. Squeeze your butt. Right there. Don't push your butt. Don't push your butt. And come back. Keep squeezing. Drop your shoulders. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Pull. Breath. Right there. Just drop your butt. Don't push it out. Okay, just 2 more. Stay with me. Stay with me. Push. Squeeze. Here we go. Here we go. Push. Squeeze. Yes. Okay. Let's give your hands a break. I'm going to put my rock down. This is a very dusty Tennessee rock, that's for sure. Okay, because I have dirt all over my hand, I'm going to take this off. Because now I'm going to do, so I've done one of the 2 most important strength moves, which involves your whole body, but especially your core and your legs. Now this really involves your legs. So this is a version of the dead bug, or I'm sorry, a version of the mountain climber. So here's my bench. Now, you may say, well, Gina, I don't have a bench like that. Well, a lot of people do. If you don't, use your little 2-inch, high pad, the balance pad. That is great. But I have it positioned in front of a wall. You could position it in front of a chair, or hold on to your chair. You're going to step into it. Here's the chair, and you're going to step out. See that? You're going to step into it, and then you're going to knee drive. There comes that knee drive again, okay? Which is the mountain climber. So you notice there's several moves in this series that I'm showing you, that I'm trying to challenge you to keep your tummy tight, shoulders down, and move. At that same time, you're asking your muscles to work for core. So you're stepping up. Now, the best thing is if you have stairs anywhere in your house, hopefully you have railing, so you can lightly put your hands on the railing. Make a commitment that 3 times a week, you're going to do a series of step-ups, okay? Just say that's what I'm going to do. Get on your stair. This is about 10 inches, okay? This right here. I'm going to put my foot there. I'm going to step up. Tap. I'm going to go back down. I'm gonna stay on one leg because I want to overload the muscle. And I don't want to fall, so I'm not gonna do a lot of changing and all that. When you're doing on steps, which steps are great, but I've seen so many people fall on them too. So here I am. Here's my step or your bounce pad. Just be aware, you step on that bounce pad, it's going to be soft and squishy. So know that. So I'm going to come up, tap, and come down. So I'm going to go up, bring that knee up, tap, and down. Got it? Breath, drive, and down. And if you were on a stair, see, you could not grip it, but have your hands on the stair. The railing, I'm sorry. Drive, and come back down. Drive, and come back down. Breath, you don't have to go fast. You're not doing this for aerobic benefit right now, even though you are deriving a bit from that. You are trying to strengthen those legs, because if you lose your leg muscles, well, it is not a pretty thing. Okay? So you got to constantly realize that your leg strength is going to carry you into a very beneficial senior age. Breath, drop your shoulders, drive, and come back down. And drive, and come back down. And drive, and come back down, and drive, and come back down. Okay, I think we did 10. Now I'm going to put the other foot up there, okay? Big breath. Here's my wall, or my chair, or I can be on a stair rail. So now I'm going to put my other leg up there, and I'm going to get it overloaded. Okay? Let me see where we're at. Doing good. Okay. Hands on the rail or on the counter, or turn to the side, however you have to do it. Put my foot up there. If you're using the pad, you're going to be right here. And step. See? Stay right in there. Open your foot out and really work that foot. Keep your knees soft. Don't lock them. That's the first thing everybody wants to try to do, is lock their knee. So here I am right here. Drop my shoulders. Breath through my nose. Tighten. And up. Bring that knee up. See the drive? Same thing as the mountain climber drive. Yes. Drop your shoulders. We're just in a different plane of motion. We're upright instead of being laying down. Breath. Drop your shoulders. Hang on. Breath. And come back down. You don't have to go fast. You can stop and take breaks. Breath. Knee drive. Back down. Breath. Knee drive. And if you really want to push it, as you're coming down and you've got a good holding something, go down slowly. Try to hang on. So this is the same kind of thing as going down the stairs, which is an eccentric loading, elongating the muscles, okay? Let me finish our sets. We'll say this is the second set. So here we go. Drop your shoulders, breath, through the nose, up, knee drive. Now come down slowly. Try to hang on to it as long as you can. That's a little trainer's tip. Just hang on to it. Breath, drop your shoulders. Here we go. Bring that knee up. Little tip there. Don't just fall right down into your foot. Hang on. Hang on and don't let that knee go in when you're coming down slowly, okay? Take a breath. You can keep it open. It should be tracking over your toe. Yeah, and then you come down where you have to get your foot down. Okay, let's do 5 more. Breath, stay with me. And again, my suggestion, and I'm in the process of loading last Wednesday's right now, and then I'll load this one. Bring that knee up. And if you can do 1 set right now with me, then try to get 2 sets of 6 or 2 sets of 8. When you're doing this on Friday or Monday, that's the goal. Breath. Okay, one more. And come back down. Yes. And just go like this with your heel down and your toe up. Don't push your hip out. I know, I caught you, didn't I? When somebody puts their heel down, I always see this hip go out. Don't do it, okay? Tight tummy, pull that toe up. Soften the knee. Now, pat your toe down. This is just extra because I want to work that tibialis anterior. See, I gotta jump on a plane and get out of here in the morning. When I'm hanging out at the airport, I'm going to be over on a wall somewhere doing this kind of a thing. See my heel? See this? Don't push your hip out. How do you avoid pushing your hip out? Stay tight. Soften your knee. Yeah, to drop yourself. Yeah, don't push the hip out. See here? See there? So it's just patting your up and down with your toe. That works that tibialis anterior. That's responsible, one of the many muscles, but the main one, for pulling your toe up so you don't trip when you're walking. My knee is soft, and you pat like that. You just tap with your toe until you feel these right here tighten up, okay? All right, I'm getting my gloves on. We're coming down to the end. Let me review. We did the 2 most important or most functional, they've been found to be the most functional moves for your core, which is the mountain climber in variations and the dead bug with the drop in the leg. Then we did a goblet squat. We did a halfway goblet. We did a deadlift, which was the curtsy mostly. Then we did step ups with a knee drive. And now we're going to work on our grip. See this rock? It could be a kettlebell for you. It could be your free weights that most of you purchased from me whenever I had to get out of the gym quickly. What a year that was. Anyway, this is going to help your grip. Okay, so grab that weight. See, I got my rock that I have to wash. It's got a lot of mud in it. You got to hang on to something. You want better grip? You gotta hang on to something. Then I'm gonna just stand here like this. I'm gonna step back and I'm just gonna drop it and I'm gonna pull it. And here's the thing. Bring your shoulder up first, then bend. So you're gonna go down here. Shoulder's gonna go into your back. Then you bring it up. Don't miss that. So I'm going to go down, and I'm going to go shoulder in and then pull. So I'm going to go down, shoulder in, then pull right up to the side of the chest. Here we go, shoulder in, soft with the knees, and pull. And you're going to try to get 1 to 2 sets of 6, of 8, of 10. Breath. Here we go. Shoulder up, then pull. A lot of people just go ripping it up there. That's a mistake. See how far down I'm going there? Now I'm going to pull that shoulder in and up. Here we go. Pull the shoulder, in and up. Okay, 2 more. Shoulder and up, all the way down, shoulder and up. Then I'm gonna switch, okay? If you were doing that right with your stance, you will feel it powerfully in that front leg behind the hamstring. I know, okay? So right here, toes are forward, go wide stance if you need to. So here I am, I'm gonna grip something. I'm gripping a rock. You might grip a kettlebell. So it's a bent over row, but I'm alternating. See that? Then I come down, and then I pull the shoulder level, and then up. Breath, down, pull the shoulder, then up. So when I say pull the shoulder, I'm meaning, and don't drop your head, shoulder, and then bend the elbow. Here we go, all the way down there as far as you can. Then shoulder, pull. Breath, keep your chin tucked. Shoulder, pull. All the way down. Shoulder, pull. Down. Shoulder, pull. Down. Shoulder, pull. 2 more. I think we got at least 6, maybe 8. Breath. Here we go. Pull the shoulder and then up. And then I'm just going to put this down here. And then lastly, which this one is basically the goblet squat. It's just, and I emphasize that at the beginning. The goblet squat and the sit to stand are kind of the same. So when you go to sit, you do a hip hinge. Here's your chair, and you come down. And you come back up, and just reach your hands up over your head, thumbs pointing backward, really pull, and then come back in, and come back down. And then come back up, and come back up. Push those thumbs back, gently. Then you come back down, and you come back down. And you can just go to a sit. If this gives you trouble, you don't bring your hands up. You make a V, like this. You hip hinge, you keep your chin tucked, press into your heels, and you're up. So if you've injured yourself, if you have a knee issue, a back issue, do this move, because it's going to keep you independent. If you understand what I'm saying here. I want everybody that's coming into my class with me to be able to stand up from a chair without doing the rocking that so many people have to start doing because they've lost so much muscle. So as you're coming down, hold. Breath, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breath. Hip hinge. Put your hands here if you need to. Drop your shoulders. Exhale as you come up. And if you can do it with a hand raise, great. But if you can't, don't worry about it. Put your hands here. The most important thing is that you're practicing standing up and sitting down with that hip hinge. And then the other squat, of course, is like the curtsy squat. But this is aimed at the functional muscles that you need to stay strong in. So that's what this one is all about today. Breath, just do 2 more with me. Right here, let's hold it. We're going to come right here. We're going to hang out down here. Take a breath. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and you're down. And then you come up. So the last thing I can encourage you is when you're doing sit to stands, I don't care what position or how you're doing it, don't let those knees come in, okay? They're tracking right there. Keep your chin tucked so that you don't stress your neck. Keep your back very extended. See? You want to go very extended. And then you gently go into your heels. And then you can do a few where you're in your toes. And that will automatically keep you from pushing your butt back. So those are the two kind of squats. That's it. So there's about 5 strength work moves, and then 2 specifically that are the best for core. Get where you can do those. And then come talk to me. Okay, stop recording. Bye.